Good morning everyone, welcome at Tenuta di Fessina. I am Jacopo Maniaci, the winery manager, and we are on the northern slope of Mount Etna, the biggest active volcano in Europe today. This company has been founded by Silvia Maestrelli in 2007. She's a winemaker from Tuscany, first lady here on the volcano, a pioneer, and right now we are in Rovitello, literally enclosed between two different lava flows. On my right side I have the 1911 lava flow, on my left side I have 1809. We are literally surrounded between a huge horseshoe, an amphitheater which is deeply influencing this terroir around me, which is very, very old. The dream of Silvia was to invest in something really, really special. So after many years of research, she decided to buy this field from more than 10 different owners, all farmers. So we inherited a very, very complex place. Just imagine that the average age, mostly on the original rootstock, is from 70 years old to 150. Also some Pre-phylloxera, all bush wines of Nerello Mascalese. We made so many years of survey in order to understand that in this field we have more than 8 different DNA variations, 8 different biotypes of the same grape variety, and an incredible and complex soil composition due to the double eruptions. Just imagine that the 1911 opened up a new crater, 1911 lava flow, northernest crater, really rocky and basaltic, and the 1809 instead, it comes from a lateral crater, just a single eruption from the volcano, very sandy and light. The whole soil is mostly made by pomace, chypria, and volcanic sand, which is the aim, the soul of Silvia wines. Very vertical, very sharp, very elegant and feminine style, lot of mineral notes, very clean. The idea of Silvia was to enhance, to keep on the memory of this place alive. So we are still working everything organically, we are still working everything by hand. More than 1,000 hours of manual labor, and I'm here in one of my favorite plots, Il Musmeci area, our cru selection Nerello Mascalese 100%, and I'm here in order to show you a 100 years old original rootstock vine of Nerello Mascalese. This plot is mixed up. The average age starts from 1932, which means that the youngest part, it's today 88 years old, ending up with very, very old vines. And as you can see, we are just at the end of harvest. We ended up yesterday. I'm so happy because in a year which was at the end so awful for all of us, at least we picked some amazing grapes. 2020 will be an amazing harvest, probably the best of this decade. I love the colors right now. As you can see, everything it's managed with a single chestnut stick on a bush wine, no mechanization at all, and the whole company is respecting the environment and the terroir that is surrounding us. More than 200 lava rock walls around me, just bush wines, the whole 7 hectares of Rovitello, and I'm going to show you even the company. We will start from the Palmento, which is the old winemaking area that Silvia preserved in an original shape. I will show you the barrel cellar, which is completely untouched since the 17th century, and we will toast at the end together. Unfortunately, I'm not with you this year. I hope for the next one, but we will toast together with a glass of our Riserva. Let's start our tour. Here we are in our Palmento. So first of all, you have to know that this is like the bones of Tenuta di Fessina. The word Palmento itself, it's a Latin word from pavimentum and means floor. The traditional Palmento, which is the winemaking area here on Mount Etna, has been introduced by the Greeks 6th century before Christ, as well as our managing system in the field, bush wines. This whole area is created in order to make wine just by gravity. This room here, it's called pista, and it's made for stomping. So I'm a little bit in inclination right now, and the grapes used to came inside this room. The stomping was here, and right after the juice, the mass used to flow through several channels in different vats. Each vat is made for fermentation and maceration. So you have to imagine that we are in a full oxygen environment, so that the fermentation was very, very fast, and the taste of the wine was completely different, of course. Greeks used to blend it with honey, Romans with some water and herbs, so it was a really, really different style of winemaking, very oxidative, very dense. So the first step was here with the stomping. The second step was fermentation and maceration in vats. The third step was to remove the skins after the maceration and press it with the giant Plinian press. The name, it's a Roman name from Plinio, and the pressing was not a soft pressing at all, as today. It was very intense and powerful. Just imagine that the rock was going up and the press itself was going down, more or less like a balance. The stone goes up and the press goes down, and you have this really strong processing, and you have a really thick wine out of it, which was mostly producing at that time bulk wine, which was shipped with the Circumetnea, the train that we built up in 1894, just in order to ship wine to the airports. So this area, as you can see, has been left almost untouched by Silvia. We fixed just a couple things, respecting the memory of the place, just in order to show you how wine started here in the 6th century before Christ. Now, next step will be the bottaia, so our barrel cellar, because at the end of the whole processing, the wine used to flow by gravity directly into the barrel cellar. Now we are in our barrel cellar, which is the oldest area of Tenuta di Fessina. This space here is completely untouched since the 17th century, and it's mainly made by basalt, lava rock and concrete. And it's completely dedicated to the aging of our cru selection wines here at the estate. So first of all, you have to know that this room is the output of the Palmento, where we have been before, because for gravity, the must used to flow inside this room, and through some pipes which are on the top of the roof, it was flowing directly in a giant chestnut barrel, which was at least 2 or 3 times bigger rather than those which are 35 hectoliter. The interesting thing about this room is, first of all, the quality of the temperature. The walls are made of lava rock and they are thick more than 1 meter. For this reason, Silvia, since the beginning, decided to age the best wines of the estate in here. And I start from the big ones. This one is very close to me right now, and it's the Apuddara B2, which is the only wine of the estate, single vineyard, Carricante, at almost 3,000 feet of altitude, 70 years old bush wines, which is completely aging inside French oak barrels. So since the pressing, 24 hours of decanting, stating, and right after it's going here for at least 12 months, and the 90% of this time right on the live lees. Interesting thing, 1 year in bottle after that, so we released the Apuddara mostly after 24 months, half time in oak, half time in bottle. Moreover, we have in B1, so the first barrel in front of me, and couple tonneaus of 700 liter French oak as well, the Erce Rosso 1911 Lava Flow, a new wine from the estate. We are quite proud of this small microvinification of 3,000 bottles. First vintage ever is 2017, and it's Nerello Mascalese, directly from the 1911 Lava Flow that we saw before during the panoramic view of the field. And it's a quite interesting thing, because the rest of the soil of Tenuta di Fessina, it's a residual alluvional and pyroclastic soil, which mostly means pumice and volcanic sand, very light, very dry, very thin in composition. Instead, this area comes from the edge of the 1911 lava flow, which has been so intense and opened up a new crater, which is still active, the Northern East crater, that the soil, it's really thick and basaltic. Therefore, in 2017, for the first time, this is the first vintage ever, we decided to make just a small microvinification from a single hand-picked sorting, and we have 24 months in French oak and at least 1 year in bottle. Moreover, in this room we have also Il Musmeci Riserva, which is one of the most important projects of Tenuta di Fessina. Let me say that it's first of all the dedication, an emotional and intimate dedication that Silvia made to Mr. Ignazio Musmeci, the previous owner of the main building and previous owner of the oldest vines here at the estate. It's a plot planted before 1932, so it's 90 years old, plus 2 Prefilloxera original rootstock centennial bush wines of Nerello Mascalese, and in this case we have 1 year in tonneau, 1 year in 35 hectoliters barrel, and usually 4 years in bottle. So we have our Riserva here aging in different vintages right now. Most important project today regarding the red wines of the estate, and a very small quantity of Il Musmeci Bianco Contrada Caselle, which is a selection of pre-phylloxera vines in Milo, so on the eastern slope of the volcano, which is aging right now in tonneau, but just for 6 months, and right after it will go in stainless steel for a long time before the bottling. So this room is really the core of the estate, it's the oldest area, and it's the best place where you can age our cru wine selections. Here we are in Casa Palmento, which is the last investment of Silvia here at Tenuta di Fessina. I'm literally walking on the historical area, on the 17th century Palmento, which is downstairs. The Bottaia is in front of us, and this area is the accommodation, common area for all the guests here at the estate. Tenuta di Fessina was built up in the 17th century as a winery. You have to know that we built up the Circum Etnea, the train, in 1894, just in order to ship wine. So all this area was a huge, massive bulk wine production area. Now we have the new Etna wave, the new era, and Silvia bought the field in 2007, which was very healthy, in a nice shape, but the building itself was in awful condition. Beautiful structure as well. We ended up the renovation recently, building up 7 rooms in total, 3 internal rooms, 4 external suites. Everything is going around original lava rock walls, original tiles from Caltagirone, a lot of beautiful details. I would say that Tenuta di Fessina today is a perfect balance between memory, modern design, comfort and elegance. Of course, we always try to give a beautiful experience to all our guests. We are really into the hospitality now. It's a new project that we love, and of course the wines are interacting perfectly with it. I already explained the crew in the cellar, but of course I would also point out the Erse project, Erse Rosso, which is one of the most beautiful and interesting projects of Silvia. We are trying to replicate a 100 years ago harvest, mixing up so many different biotypes together with a modern technology. Erse Bianco, which has been, along with Il Musmeci Bianco, the investment that we made in 2012 in Milo on the East Etna Bianco Superiore area, and of course Laeneo, 100% Nerello Cappuccio, such a niche project. We are just 4 producers around the world making this great, and of course Etna Rosato. I would love to make a toast with you right now. It has been a pleasure to show you the estate. I would just to say thanks to all our friends, importer, wine lovers, clients, everyone. It's a pleasure. Thank you so much. I'm toasting with a bottle of 2015 Il Musmeci Riserva. Just thank you so much for everything. Cheers and salute. Bye bye.